All right, everyone. We are here again for another exciting race in the Metroid Fusion Any Percent Tournament of 2025. Today we have ronaldrage versus GrayFooxX. ronaldrage, of course, being a very seasoned runner, 20th in the leaderboard with a personal best of 1:14:31. And GrayFooxX with, I believe, a personal best of 1:17:05, which is unofficial because of a mishap with the BIOS and the emulator version, which are supposed to show at the end of the run. In any case, we should be seeing an exciting race here, even with the disparity of personal bests. I'm DarkSpy, joined in the commentary booth by another fellow European runner. I'm joined by Destructor.
Hello everyone, hello Darkspy. Let's get this
Yo,
going.
Des.
The start will be set to start very soon.
Let's go. Also, big respect to GrayFooxX for displaying your rat.
The rat is on screen. It is invading everyone.
Hell yeah. Autumn, that is so true. Everyone talks about your rat, but no one talks about our rat. Because of course, with this being Metroid Fusion, we all share the pain that is playing this game. So at the end of the day, the rat belongs to all of us.
There has to be a rat in each and every one of us.
Of course. We are all no better than sewer rats. Alright, our runners should be starting relatively soon. I already see the countdown occurring from GrayFooxX's POV.
Ronald also getting ready. And they're off to the race.
Let's see if we can get this synced up. Alright.
I'm gonna look into this.
Now, of course, as expected, with this being Metroid Fusion, we will be doing climbs soon, and we'll see how our runners deal with this wretched room.
Fine enough for the both of them. Ronald slightly getting the edge. Slight ledge grab from GrayFooxX, but overall, at least it's could be a very big demoralizer if you get it wrong. So for now, it's fine.
I speak for myself when I say whenever I screw up climb, I am immediately in a really bad place mentally. GrayFooxX having a little bit of trouble with the room after the navigation room, but getting through it relatively quickly still.
One big difference that we might see, especially on these first few splits, is the difference in text. GrayFooxX was mentioning to me not so long ago how he does feel that big difference, especially when comparing himself to big runners' runs, how those first few text boxes are obviously extremely important. In Fusion, text is not just about mashing. You have to know the different text lines simply because you have to press a button to make sure that the text scrolls faster, and then press again to validate the text box, drop everything, and press again to make it speed up, and all that throughout every single text box of the game. It is very much a skill that has come into play for a few years now that we've officially made the switch to RTA.
Yeah, because I don't imagine that people were that much into practicing text back in the IGT days.
I would assume it was more of a thing for a player who were already on console, because console was the only support that accepted RTA on their leaderboard. So generally, at least for myself, I know as a emulator runner, when it was IGT only, I did not pay too much attention to it. Still tried to do my best, but generally not too concerned with it. But it's crazy, and we've seen the difference it can do when comparing RTA to IGTs between players. This is an extremely important aspect of the game.
And like anything else in the run, it's a skill check. So you're either good at text or you're not. It's that simple. All right, our runner is about to finish the missile segment, which is, I would say, the most reset segment of the game.
Has to be, just because of the frustrating point, the part that you're like, yeah, it's at the beginning. I just failed
Exactly.
the first two. Oh, I missed my input on the second text box. Might as well just reset.
Yeah. Or it's like, oh, I screwed up climb, but it's only 30 seconds in. Might as well reset.
Yep.
All right, now our runners will be heading to Arachnus, and one thing they'll be trying to do is hit a double on the eye door, and then hitting at least a double on the core. And the thing with doubles, how they work is you essentially make it so that the core X moves sideways into two missiles, so that it hits those two missiles on the same frame, and the game will count those two hits individually. For iDoors,
Well,
it's a little more technical. Go ahead, Des.
I'll mostly look at Ronald's side. Oh, I was expecting he probably wasn't ready for that opening, just immediately shooting a single missile.
Yeah.
Ron probably has more experience doing doubles on the Idor than GrayFox. GrayFox giving it some attempts, but
Yeah, not quite.
both of them are struggling for it actually, and that's
Ooh.
already quite a lot of beams for the two of them.
Oh, geez. Oh my god.
He's not having a good time with that one.
No. Oh boy.
Francis ahead! I repeat!
Francis ahead.
And the backshot strike's coming in for GrayFox.
Oh, let's go. Love to. Oh, love to see it. GG. Oh, not quite getting the double on Arachnus. Not to fear though. Get to. Ooh, good sweet spot.
Really well played from Ronald's side to realign indeed that core with the horizontal axis of the spawn point of the X. That definitely saved him a few seconds because GrayFox did not get that coveted double.
Yeah. And the thing with doubles is you fight so many core X's throughout the run, and each of them, when you hit them, have 180 frames of invincibility, which is exactly 3 seconds. So each double that you manage to hit, you're saving 3 seconds, and over an entire run, 3 seconds here, 3 seconds there, that's a good chunk of time.
I think I counted from the top of my head at some point. It was about, I think it's about around 30 doubles to be hit per run, even with even without counting those from Wavecore double, which we might mention a little later. Even though in this race it's going to be not really a subject of conversation, it still amounts to about a minute and a half of time save, which is absolutely crazy.
Exactly. Okay, so we're seeing a bit of a route difference here. Rage opting to pick up the main deck missile, and GrayFox opting not to do so. Now, obviously, with this being any percent, any route of items that you choose to do is as correct as any other runners. But there are key differences with each pickup that you decide to get or skip. With this one specifically, some runners pick up the main deck missile tank for comfortability, because Sector 1 relies a lot on you not taking hits so that you can guarantee green X drops, which refill your missiles. And those 5 extra missiles from getting the main deck missile tank can make the difference.
Sector 1 can be very hectic when it comes to all the targets that you have to hit. Lots of small enemies that can just ruin your life, especially if you're being tossed into the melee. So for GrayFox, he's going to have to watch his missile count from now on. 20 missiles can go really badly, especially at his level of play. He's not this used to it. So Ronald has a bit more safety of that, and the time he lost by getting that extra missile tank will be gained somewhere else when GrayFox is going to have to pick up his own extra missile tanks. We're watching both runners doing 45 missiles here, I'm assuming.
I think Rage has changed to 50.
Okay.
And that was after Thunder especially bullied him into it. Thunder, of course, being third place in the leaderboard, and if I'm not mistaken, the only runner in the top 10 that still does 50 missiles.
I believe so, indeed. Well, yeah, truthfully, I don't know anyone who does 50.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
As I was mentioning,
nice
yeah,
farm strat.
good farming, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it does take a bit of time away from him, but at least 11 missiles, he should be fine from now on.
Mm-hmm. I believe
as long as
so.
he just collects, even gets
nice green.
yeah, we take those.
Oh, of course.
Should be getting the extra one on the way back. Does so.
Yeah. You were gonna say, Des?
I don't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
Short-term memory, then. Let's go.
Oh, love it. I don't have it. Yeah, these stabilizers that our runners are killing on the way to Charge Core, each of them run on what we call steam cycles, which is when the background of the room turns red. You want that to happen as few times as possible. There are strats to guarantee the earliest cycle possible. Each additional steam cycle that you have to sit and wait for is 1.5 seconds lost.
Both runners coming through that sector 1 with a full health and all the missiles in the world that they need for the next die door, which could be another point of trouble if they're not able to land a double and the beams are piling in. And that's a
nice
successful double for GrayFooxX already. Perfect eye door.
Let's go. Oh, love to see it.
Same for Ronald. One beam he got, I believe. Very good item, much better than the first one for both players here.
GrayFooxX opting for the save strat on the Charge Core.
Ronald on the other side going for the aggressive double-double and successfully does so, which grants him a lead now.
That is correct. Okay, thank you. I was about to do that. Now, the exit of Sector 1 after you get Charge Beam is, I would say, fairly trivial in terms of movement. The only trickier bit, I would say, would be trying to get the earliest steam cycle in the final stabilizer, because that does involve a bit of tight movement, but overall it's a fairly trivial point of the run.
Yeah, this segment is quite basic. All the movement in it is just, like you said, pretty straightforward, aside from that stabilizer room. But that just makes it even more frustrating when you get mistakes happening in there, because you're like, shouldn't be happening.
Exactly.
So, one to watch out for, lots of tight jumps, lots of shot cancels and wall jumps to do, so... a cozy one, but not to be slept on.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Even the segments that have what would be considered straightforward movement, you really don't want to let yourself get distracted just because the movement is straightforward, because even in segments like Charge Beam or Bombs, a single mistake could cost you several seconds, in spite of the movement being fairly straightforward.
So now on to Sector 2, and that lead change already quite big for Ronald, considering he's already picked up some extra ammunition compared to GrayFooxX, and I'm already looking at GrayFooxX's ammo. I thought he was going to be in trouble, but he picked up a lot of health on the way, so he should be getting his green X's later on.
Hopefully so, yeah. The good thing, though, with Charge Beam is that from now on, we don't need to worry about getting doubles on the eye doors, because we can just use a single charge shot with Flare to kill them.
That point of contact extra damage coming in clutch, yeah, like you said, for the eye doors, but also for so many bosses and many enemies, which I wonder what Fusion would have been like if not for the Flare.
Honestly, the speedrun might have been very different, especially with beam counts.
Oh lord.
Because until you get supers, you have to do doubles on every eye door. Actually, and we have to come up with some sort of different strat for Ceres, because the flare is essential in the 2-round Ceres.
It is. Progressing through that sector 2 can be a bit tricky with all these Zoros laying on the ground. You just have to understand the proper timing when running towards it to shoot the 2 missiles that you need. Good one from GrayFox. So did ronaldrage on his way.
Something else that makes the way to security room a bit tricky is that these Zoros run on different patterns, and some patterns you can't do anything about unless you know how to do a strat in which you R-shot the Zoros in the middle of a wall jump, which is somewhat tricky. But if you don't know how to do that strat, that's an immediate half-second loss.
This R-shot mechanic is extremely useful that we will see used throughout the run. Sometimes pretty invisible, sometimes pretty impactful. When you do a spin jump, if you shoot, it's going to break your spin, but if you can release a charge shot by pressing the R button, which is what allows you to open your missiles cannon, this opening will release the charge shot without breaking your spin, which can be very useful. Yeah,
there's a few different points in the run where R shooting comes into play. The first one, I believe, being right here in Sector 2 on the way to the security room.
Quite the opposition when it comes to the resources. A few missiles for GrayFox, a bit less health for ronaldrage.
True. Though, personally, I would rather be in Rage's shoes right now, because I would rather have the ammo than the health.
Absolutely.
Because with this...
Gotta save that second for the Red X.
That is exactly what I was going to point out, because...
Yeah, you know, I don't think these two will worry about that.
No. Chat pointing out very correctly that our shot... Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna take his time for that. Same for that side hopper. He better morph under that. Make sure the spike goes over. Okay, he should be safe from now on.
Yeah, we should be safe from here. As I was saying, chat correctly pointing out that our shotting does not work if you don't have any missiles. You require at least one to be able to engage the missile cannon. Which is something that 1% runners know very well. Alright, let's hope Zazavi isn't too mean to our runners.
The idol has been pretty kind for the both of them.
Except the first
so far,
one.
identical Zazabi's. I believe that was 3, so up to 4 for Ronald now.
Zazabi being slightly kinder to GrayFox at the moment. Okay.
9 to 7, I think.
Yeah. That's it. That sounds correct. Oh, Rage not getting the final round. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's the tough is the shot can be a little tough to hit if you're not properly aligned. That's why we tend to shoot even 3 missiles plus the charge beam, and a double from GrayFox's side, and I think the same for Ronald too. Which
I believe so.
French number 2 is going to enjoy that.
Oh, at this stage, anything that can give GrayFox the lead, he very much appreciates.
Absolutely, it's only a 3 seats difference, but I believe it's like 3 minutes difference in the personal best. So ronaldrage very much the favorite for this race. So GrayFox has to take every advantage he can. He does have some personal best potential, absolutely.
Oh,
That's a bait.
Rage going.
Nah,
Oh,
nah.
okay.
I'm not believing in this. I am not believing in this a single second. I'm glad to see them both utilizing door fixes whenever they can, though. Door fix, which is a mechanic to save a few frames. There are certain doors where the transition will make the screen scroll vertically to adjust the level of the door with the level of the room coming ahead. And sometimes you can jump higher in the door to already align that screen, saving a few frames.
Ooh. Both
Oh, that
runners having
pesky.
some sort of trouble.
Yeah, that double wall jump. Quite annoying when you don't really know how to deal with it. And that pretty much just ties the race back in. Only like half
Yeah.
a second away from each. Even less than that.
But yeah, door fixing is. I would say it's a big thing in Fusion because I don't think there's a single segment where you don't fix at least one or two doors. And over the course of a run, it saves. I believe it's around 20 seconds if you do all of them.
I can't remember if that's for Hondo or if it's about 13 for any percent. I'm probably saying something stupid, but
that might be for Hondo though because 20 seconds does seem like a bit much
yes,
for any percent.
because like
But yeah,
the
it's
most we
well
can
over
save with a
10
single one
seconds.
would be like 40 frames, I think. But it is
Mhm.
indeed over 10 seconds. And most of them are pretty free. Some of them are stupid, but most of them are pretty free, so you should just always go for them. Unless you're an IGT runner, which I only know one person who cares about IGT more than RTA these days.
JRP.
Down under.
Yeah. There's a couple that I still to this day don't do because I don't think they're particularly impactful. One, for example, is the one from the security room to the Sector 1 lobby. I just don't do that one because I know myself. I would probably just nip that ledge every single time and lose all the time I save from fixing that door.
The Sector 1 entry, you mean? Like from the recharge
Yeah,
room? Yeah, this one
yeah.
sucks. That was the first one that came to mind.
That one is not fun to do.
No.
Rage here with a very, very slight lead, but our runners are essentially still neck and neck.
It's at this point where the slight movement part very much advantages Roller Rage, but the difference in bosses really comes in clutch.
Absolutely. Now, hopefully, we get to see both runners 2-round Ceres, or as I like as me and Autumn like to call it, the parkour room, where our runners just jump around in an empty room for a few seconds, and then they magically have speed booster. Because, as we know, if you're a randomizer player, Ceres is never worth. Okay. Was that 2 no beams, or did Rage get a beam?
He got 1.
Okay. Ugh. GrayFooxX almost falling in the drink.
Good catch from Ronald Rage. I did not
Very
expect
good
that
catch.
angle.
Very, very nice.
Oh, not releasing
GrayFooxX
the
not
shot
quite-
did GrayFooxX. Ronald on point with that core fight, and on the other side, GrayFooxX just not being able to catch a favorable pattern now that he missed his one opportunity, and that's costing him dearly.
That is true.
He's probably waiting for like the yeah, there you go, like this
The arch.
pattern.
The big arch.
Releases the shot in time.
Alright, gets the first double, gets the second double, very well done. You can tell GrayFooxX has been putting practice into his doubles. Sector 4 is actually one of my favorite sectors in terms of movement, because the movement in Sector 4 is somewhat intricate, and it's a very fun sector to just execute well.
It does have some very interesting rooms, just like the gymnast room to mention, or even that one that GrayFooxX just went through with that curved missile shot. Oh, not quite able to get the low height. Is ronaldrage trying to unmorph and release that shine spark right on floor level? Oh, GrayFooxX is gonna have to spark right, yeah.
Yeah. Not quite getting the storage on the pump control pad. Running back to ensure he has space to get a speed boost for a potential low height. Not able to do the storage.
Ultimate is the strat if you don't go for a 200 IQ move there.
Exactly. That is actually just so true. Now, because we know how to count, obviously we go 1, 2, 4, 3. So our runners will now be heading into Sector 3.
And since we've already done Sector 4, then most likely after 3 will come 5.
Maybe. Hopefully. Who knows?
This is fusion we were talking about.
You never know what can happen with fusion. Fun fact about Sector 5 though,
It's cold.
It's cold, yeah. The boss of Sector 5, Nightmare, was originally intended to be in Sector 6 when Fusion was first being developed. I don't know exactly how that was going to pan out in the final product, but for some reason they felt the need to change it to Sector 5.
A Nightmare fight and an actually dark Sector 6 could have been banger, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
ronaldrage on his way to unlock the second set of security doors, securing the entrance with that shine spark right below the top of the room. Quite a few ways to deal with this one. This is the most standard one.
Yeah, of course.
I'm assuming we're going to see the same for GrayFooxX. Exactly.
There it is. Oh, no!
Not quite the same, though. Did not press left and just ended up sparking into the ceiling.
That is unfortunate. There we go.
Okay, he's got it. Bit of a scare. Hi, Bob.
Bye, Bob. Our good friend Bob here was, for many years, thought to be unskippable. Until someone very talented, who I can't remember, discovered that you can actually clip above Bob in the English and PAL versions of Fusion, which still rendered Bob unskippable in the Japanese version until someone else very talented figured out a very tight shine spark trick that allows you to skip Bob in Japanese version. However, you only have 7 frames of error to do that trick.
Good opening shot for ronaldrage, but not quite getting the alignment and grabbing the ladder, so the opening is good, but the follow-up isn't. Should be able to finish it on this one, just 1 missile left. Secures it, and he's going to be on his way out. Just to come back on box, we've known about the Shine Spark Bob skip for a while, actually. The clip only came after.
Okay, I thought I actually thought it was the other way around. with the Shine Spark trick to skip Bob, though, the the first person to ever do it unbuffered, I believe, was Scotty. And recently, at least 2 other runners have been able to do it without pause buffering.
I can't remember if Monkey went for it. I know Druid did.
Monkey and
others might
Lyncher,
have.
I think. Monkey and
Sure,
Lyncher,
yeah.
I think.
Possibly.
Were, yeah. I know Schmade's been trying it for a long time now, but still hasn't quite gotten it.
You won't catch me anywhere near attempting this.
Well, no, same. No. No way. Especially playing on emulator.
Am I the only one who feels like I don't have input lag on emulator?
For me it depends because sometimes I can't notice any, and sometimes I actually really can notice it, which is dumb, but it must be something related to the PC's performance, I assume.
Possibly, yeah.
Sometimes I notice like a couple frames of input delay. Other days it's barely noticeable. It's really odd. All right, now
Heard it, folks. Pay for console, pay for win.
essentially, our runners are now heading into Sector 6, which is the nocturnal sector, and there are some pesky ISECs that have migrated from Sector 5 to Sector 6.
You what now?
Huh?
No, nothing. Go on.
And they deal a very nice amount of damage, so our runners will need to be careful not to ingest too many of them, because if they do, they may be in a tight place.
Luckily, though, none of them seem to have any troubles when it comes to their health. Good enough fight on box to make sure that they come out unscathed. So it should be fine, and indeed, you can just freeze the blue X's while by shooting them.
Very true. Oh, Rage taking a hit from 1 there. Not much of an
He's
issue,
safely
though,
through.
because, yeah, there's an E-tank right here. Alright, everyone, get ready to say hi to Sax again.
This one, a much easier version of what we could call a skip, is simply that we're going to get Sax's attention by shooting it in the back. Never mind, I guess Rage
okay.
just decided for something else.
Okay, then.
That's a very poor attempt, I'm not going to lie. That was perhaps a little too reckless that could have led him to his death.
True. I believe Rage was
Oh,
trying
Lord.
to...
Oh, come
no! Rage,
oh,
no!
Lord.
Oh,
This
man.
is a catastrophe right now.
This is very much a catastrophe. That is very unfortunate.
Good spirit from him, though, restarting, but
Oh, of course.
that death pretty much seals the deal for him as long as GrayFooxX just stays alive.
Yeah. All he needs, all GrayFooxX needs to do is finish the run, and he will be crowned as the winner of this race.
That was quite a few beams.
I believe that was 3, 4.
3, yeah? I think it was 3.
That is unfortunate.
Mega Core coming up, one of the few bosses where he cannot be affected by missiles, actually, and we're going to take advantage of that flare and those E-tanks to just do point-blank shots, getting inside of the boss, and finish it in 4 shots. Potential for 3 doubles on this one, gets 1.
Oh.
One more attempt. Oh, I did not see that one coming through, but he does.
Wow. Okay.
That was really at the end of that core. Impressive stuff. 2 doubles out of 3 is really good.
Overall, a very a good fight from GrayFooxX. Opting to climb the ladder the whole way through rather than doing the wall jump on that middle section of the wall. All right, Sector 6 exit is I would say one of the more annoying parts of the run because every room that has enemies in 6 exit is subject to different patterns, and you basically have to essentially know what to do with each pattern that you're given. Otherwise, you will be taking a few hits and losing a few seconds here. Learn one simple trick.
Don't play the game.
If you don't want to get scammed by fusion, it's simple. Just don't play the game.
I think Ross's low percent trick to not worry about low percent runs, simply just pick up an extra item that you didn't want.
Of course.
That way, it becomes an any percent run at the very least.
Exactly. I mean, 2% is any percent, so... Right, now, with that, after getting out of Sector 6, GrayFooxX will be heading into Sector 5. Now that he has Varia's suit, he won't take damage or knockback from the cold temperature.
Another segment that doesn't have any bosses or big points of RNG to it, but it's actually lots of tight movement and complex rooms with different patterns that you have to anticipate and be able to deal with. Nice side door from Ronald, getting his double this time.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Still a run to play for him, perhaps. If he can somehow get a good start, at least get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the roll does not help his cause, though.
No, not at all.
Going very far into that room is GrayFooxX, perhaps to avoid the troll pattern on that waver. Good anticipation, putting his cannon low to kill it.
Yeah. Typically, higher level runners won't run as far back. They'll just basically run up to the first pillar in the background and just time the release of their charge beam to kill the waver, because I believe you can kill that waver in every single pattern.
I think there's one pattern where it's indeed technically possible to kill it, but it's the window is so unbelievably small just because of where the blue X is that it eats part of your charge shot.
Yes. I believe that pattern has either 3 or 4 frames where you can kill the waver.
Terrible.
Good game, man.
Yeah, that's why we love it so much, don't we?
Oh yeah, of course. We all love fusion. Now with having level 3 doors, GrayFooxX can go ahead and pick up our ice missiles, because for reasons that aren't particularly explored in depth in game, something about Samus's cellular makeup with the Metroid vaccine. She can have Ice Beam, but she can have ice missiles. Ronald Rage died to a menu in Sector 6 after the SAX encounter because he decided to do a trickier version of the skip and was left on very low health. Good on GrayFox holding a charge there, being able to pseudo-screw that waiver instead of getting hit.
Another ammo management part that is quite important about to come around the emergency sequence. I'm assuming he goes for double yellow.
I would want to say so, yes.
Indeed. 20 missiles is very much going to be nice for that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, chat, and something just came in the mail. It seems you have an emergency in Franker Z. So, put those dogs in chat. Right, with emergency, of course, chat and the commentators get to make a prediction on the final time for GrayFox at the moment. Des, what are we thinking GrayFox is going to get for an emergency time?
Oh boy, I know this man very well. Got to meet him IRL for the first time earlier in the year. I'm
nice.
telling you, oh, this is a 424 coming up.
424. Okay, I'm saying 426. So it's always good to see fusion runners get to meet each other in person in real life. I actually had the pleasure of having Thunder in Portugal not too long ago.
Let's see what he makes of that. I'm assuming he's going to go for the double kill down there. All right, good on him.
Very nice.
He's got a very good missile count, so he shouldn't be worried.
Yeah, there should be plenty. Good attempt at French from Autumn in chat.
Ronald on the other side, not getting much luck with that Idor. I thought he got that first double, but no. That's going to just
Apparently
extend
not.
the
That-
beams he keeps on
okay.
getting. We did see a good double-double from him on the first go, so
True.
we might see that again. Here comes the first. Positions.
That's one, and that's two.
Good.
Very nice. Oh, no beams.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
zero beam. You know what?
Let's see.
What are we looking for, GrayFox? Come on. Oh, missed the
Oh.
initial jump. This is going to deter his
Okay.
calls, but no, gets a first double, actually.
Oh,
Oh, close to that.
I cannot believe you might actually be correct on your prediction.
This might fall under the 23? No, actually.
Babe.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
very nice.
I'm just... Yeah, no comment.
You're just the goat.
I'm disrupting.
Exactly.
I don't need to play the game for that.
That is very true. All right, now this is a point of the run that some runners choose to split differently from other runners. Some runners will be splitting at the habitation deck in animals. Other runners will just choose to not do that and just incorporate this segment into the power bombs one, which is after animals. In any case, this path up to the exit of Sector 3 and then up main deck has some... has some tricky movement, namely this room right here, which we call Stretchy Climb. where it feels really good to do this room quickly, but it also feels really bad to mess it up.
The issue about that stretchy climb is also that once you miss it, it just pretty much throws into a very bad state the whole room. Everything is unsynchronized, and they can just fire projectiles at you.
Exactly.
I will say GrayFoox's text is actually looking pretty okay.
Yeah.
I know he was
I
struggling
have
with
noticed
that, but I'm guessing the runs he has been putting in has probably given him a better feeling on how to approach these sequences, and he might be, might be onto something when it comes to how to deal with them. Definitely going to
Yeah.
help the in-game time, the RTA side of things, rather.
Of course. I do think text is one of those things where you'll naturally get better at it the more you play the game, because you see the text so much that you start to sort of memorize the text sequences a bit.
You start to find clues, especially when some colored text appears. It just helps your brain be like, all right, I know that after this text that is yellow, it's going to be one that's only like 75% filled up, and then I know it's a short text. You just pick up context clues like this the more you play the game, and it's extremely important to just keep on going with these cues, especially if you play it based on timings specifically.
Exactly. Oh, very nice
shot.
freeze there.
Yeah, that was quite a good reaction.
Very well done. Let's see if you can get the speed keep here.
Seems like he's in a
Not
good place.
not
Gotta
a
be careful with
problem.
that morph. Oh! Oh, that's a shame. No.
Just.
I thought it was going to readjust him sub-pixel style, but no.
Good backup though.
Yeah, we take those freezes.
That had to be at most 2 pixels off.
Please dismiss that text box.
Oh, by the way, just want to mention this. Rage just got the frame perfect jump before the Sector 2 data room.
Let's go.
And now that Samus has released these creatures into an X-infested station, we're going to be getting very loud bombs.
This is again quite the long segment because it feels just like you're in the meat grinder. There's not much happening, and yet at the same time, there's so much movement.
Yeah,
where you can lose a lot of time.
true.
The shine break, the spark, the double stretchy room, the stretchy climb, and all that.
Yeah, it's very. It's one of those odd segments where there's not a lot happening, but at the same time, there's a bunch of stuff happening. It's
quite a
and
long
it's also
segment
just
that
really
feels like
long.
it doesn't have any highlights, making it linger.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the biggest issue with this segment. It's like there's nothing huge happening, like nothing huge to look for.
It's a lot of elevator riding as well.
Yeah, that doesn't help it. It's the segment where you ride the most elevators. So if you include all of it into a single power bomb segment without splitting at animals, you take 6 elevator rides. Sector 5 also interestingly enough, the only sector that's visited 3 times.
And the only time we're actually going to the same data room.
That's also true.
Like you mentioned, going to download these power bombs now. Power bombs that are extremely generous in Fusion in the sense that we get the full package with a big load of 10 power bombs, which is plenty.
It's all we need in any percent, actually.
Absolutely.
But you know, the Fusion developers had to make up for the fact that the major items, as we call them, so the ones you get from data rooms and Core X's, don't count towards your percentage of items acquired. So they made up for that with lots of E-tanks and lots of power bomb tanks.
You do feel like they could have traded a few of these power bomb tanks for some more E-tanks. Especially more accessible ones. Oh, nice Kadoom shred from GrayFooxX. I like that.
Yeah.
Quite unorthodox, but fairly well executed.
True. That is also true. In this game, super missiles are just equipped over your regular missiles and not their own separate thing, like in other Metroid games like Super or ZM.
Your base missiles just pretty much just get upgraded as the run goes on, and there's no going back.
Mm-hmm. Essentially.
A mechanic that hasn't been mentioned either, I believe, is the fact that once you upgrade your missile, the cooldown just keeps on increasing.
Yes.
So the damage increases, so DPS is not really an issue. The only issue speedrun-wise is that doubles on the core are getting a little harder.
Mm-hmm. Because with regular missiles, you need to wait 8 frames between missile shots. And then for supers, ice, and diffusion, it's I believe 14, 15, and 16 frames. Or it's either that or 13, 14, and 15. It's one or the other.
It's one of these, yeah.
And also the travel speed of the missiles also gets quicker with each upgrade. GrayFooxX getting trolled in the Genesis room. Hate to see it.
He's pretty much got the whole inventory now. Got the 45 missiles he wanted. I don't think he picks up Yakuza missiles with this, unless he goes for 50.
Maybe. Oh, and he's a JRP jump believer.
Taking a save, good on him. Yakuza can get out of hand pretty quickly, or the sax chase. Speaking of sax chase, are we getting baited again, or is this an actual attempt? An actual sax skip attempt, and a successful one at that. Alright, very good decision not to go for that door fix. Otherwise, that ice beam might have caught him.
True.
Out of the race, but still in the run, is ronaldrage, thinking clearly for his current attempt. That's the 4th and final energy tank for GrayFooxX.
Indeed. Now, Yakuza is one of the bigger RNG points in the run in terms of bosses. And it appears we are doing 50 missiles as well. Now, Yakuza obviously has an eye door, which can give you anywhere between 0 and 4 beams. However, Yakuza can also...
1?
Yeah, I'm good. Yakuza can also give you between 1 and 4 rounds. So, and you know, these can take a while to get out of, especially if Yakuza moves a lot. Okay, 0-1.
Yeah. I'll just keep on pulling them from now on. A perfect RNG both from the door and from the Yakuza cycle. GrayFooxX is going to enjoy this one. Phase 2 is very erratic though, jumping all the way around.
That is true. Something else that's good about running 50 missiles is that you can be much more aggressive with how many missiles you can try and shoot Yakuza with.
Nice doubles there.
Very, very nice. For anyone just either joining or rejoining us in chat, ronaldrage died in Sector 6 just before the eye door, after losing a lot of health to a risky sack skip.
Speaking of dangerous SX encounters, GrayFooxX is about to have one, which can very much get out of hand if you start playing around a little too much.
This is also the only sax encounter in the game that you can't skip. You have to do it.
This is true. If you just stay in the room, Sax is going to be there waiting for you anyway. Even more horrible if you dare dropping a bomb, even when you're just still in that tunnel. SAX knows your location and actually waits for you under the hole.
Yep.
I remember commentating at an event in 2021, a player dropping the bomb unknowingly and getting surprised, almost dying.
Hopefully the Idor Adnatori doesn't give GrayFooxX a lot of grief.
It's about to give him 4, actually.
I mean, you know this man, so...
I'm trying to ride on the momentum.
That's 1. Ah, not quite.
Trust. That was 4. That was like, 0.25 times 4. That's what I meant.
Ah, of course. Of course, how silly of me. Very good missile match from GrayFooxX.
Yeah, good management on that one. Those Green X's getting away from him a bit, but he really only took one hit, and he's got what he needs now. And that's both doubles hit.
Very, very nice. Going for a third one when he doesn't need it, but better safe than sorry. Alright, now that we have secured our plasma beam, we would in theory be able to fight Sax with it, because in the game's story, plasma beam is the weapon we need to fight the SAX. However, conveniently, that Sax sequence before plasma beam is the last one.
And much unexpectedly to the AI's surprise, we somehow got Plasma Beam back. Very weird. Anyway, go to Sector 5. We have a bigger issue.
Exactly. My personal headcanon is that Adam purposefully releases Nightmare into the wild as a distraction to make Samus sort of forget that she has Plasma Beam and can fight Sax.
That would actually be wild, but, knowing what world governments tend to do to cover up things, I wouldn't even consider that a stupid thing to say.
Exactly.
Just watch your door tonight. Who knows?
Of course. Oh yeah, you never know. Hopefully we get to see GrayFooxX hit the Nightmare Spark.
We've seen him having a bit of trouble in the second go in Sector 5 at getting that Shine Spark all the way down, because he doesn't do the pseudo screw alongside the wall. He jumps over the enemy, which
I do the same.
it might seem like nothing, but that can lose like half a second, which is exactly what you would need to release that Shine Spark. So let's see how he deals with it. Yeah, he jumps very high.
Oh, very nice.
Got it. Another thing is that
Very
he releases his shot before touching the ground, which keeps him in the air just a little longer. All this can make you lose your spark before the transition, but he's got it.
That Shine Spark, I believe, is the longest one in the game.
Indeed.
Alright. Now we get the 4 beams.
You know what? I'll keep on making a fool of myself. 1.
That's 1. Okay.
Alright, how chaotic is this going to be?
Hopefully not much.
It's all about getting that phase 1 and 2 done quickly.
Exactly. Phase 1, if you can do it quickly enough, you can get it to be predictable. You can get the third phase to be predictable almost every single time.
He has done well so far. All he needs is just to
Okay.
jump over, and he's got to get the perfect positioning for that.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
He's got to be content with this.
Oh, of course. Gets the opening
There's
double.
1.
Very nice. There's 2. Wow.
Absolutely sick.
That was a very good nightmare fight.
Fire gameplay from GrayFooxX there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a gold split for him. A single beam, a very solid
be.
nightmare fight with a simple loop and then triple double.
Mm-hmm. It might just be.
On fire.
Broke him to this race prepared. Ah, well. I've just gone on GrayFooxX's stream to check if that was a gold or not, and it appears he's running just a simple timer without splits.
Yeah, indeed. I believe he does have splits because sometimes we do see the timer changing colors, but I'm assuming the splits are not displayed.
Ah, yeah, that would make sense.
Sad that we cannot talk about the potential PB pace because all the issues he had with Cirrus, which is a thing
True.
that tends to cost him in many of his runs. I've seen that, unfortunately, but I don't
Mhm.
think he's that far behind his personal best either.
He shouldn't be, no.
He notably has like a big time save in the very last split because of, you know, the final spark. He
Mhm.
just sparked in the wall because he jumped too late.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Save there from ronaldrage. He's leaving Sector 3, I believe.
Sector
so.
3, I don't know what he's doing to save there. Oh, he
mean-
he might be scared of Sector 6, I suppose.
I suppose so too. It's just a little. Oh, yeah. I guess I would have stayed with Sector 6, but I guess he wants the Shine Spark.
Maybe. Overall, a very clean lower 4 from GrayFooxX.
Yeah, I haven't seen much messing around, and he has picked up a few things, such as dropping the power bomb early to reset the room cycle with the shaking. So
Mm-hmm.
he's learning some more things. He's experimenting with new stuff, and so far it's working well for him. Especially on the micro side of things.
Yeah. Not quite getting the task strat.
Which, funnily enough, is completely unnecessary because Plasma clears that staircase.
Okay, that's even funnier.
You can just shoot to the left and it's high enough. As long as the beam is not charged. If it's a simple shot, it just clears the staircase.
Wow. I actually did not know that. And now Adam basically tells us, "Why did you unlock level 4 doors? I didn't tell you to do that, even though it was literally our only way out of Sector 4."
My guy does not know his maps.
No, he clearly doesn't. So he tells us to go kill Nightmare. We do that, and our only way of escaping is through unlocking level 4. And so apparently Adam just wanted us to just sit there and die.
You can only wonder if his calculation just were like, alright, there's like a 99% chance that Nightmare takes care of business, and that there's no need to look for an exit.
True.
Still very pragmatic AI for now, so we're not talking too much about the Adam side of things, I'm assuming. Second round for ronaldrage when it comes to that sack skip.
Let's see if he tries to pull some tomfoolery again.
I'm generally wondering why the Sector 3 save, if not to go for it again.
True. GrayFox, meanwhile, on his way to go fight. Ooh. Okay. Not quite going for it then.
Making it out unscathed this time around shouldn't be any issue to reach the eye door. Making sure to clean it all.
He's got a vendetta.
Yep. Two different fights for both runners now. And it seems like Ron does have a beef with these guys. Some unsettled business needs to be taken care of.
He had to make sure they were all dead before he fought Megacore. GrayFox making quick work of Box. Both of them getting items at the same time, though very different items. In the same area as well. That is true, chat. Right. I need to lock in for the restricted laboratory because I have a job to do every time I commentate a race.
Oh, I'm listening. Oh, yeah, I know.
I need to call the pattern. Otherwise, the creator of the ARBO hack will have my head at dawn.
W GrayFox, do not lose these frames. I don't care.
Man! Lose the frames, line them up.
5372. Okay,
I
I should have more faith in my boy. 55,
True.
go on. Go on.
We're looking at a left side under, right here.
Yeah, 5524 indeed.
Indeed it was. I guess next time you need to have just a little bit more faith.
So much yapping between these two.
I swear, man. If there's one thing that this AI likes to do, it's yap, yap, yap. And then Samus is monologuing.
Even more so. Imagine if
Mm-hmm.
Fusion text was actually like completely empty when it comes to the speedrunning side of things. If it was just hold the button and it meshes for you or something, that would make it even more depressing. I feel like.
Yeah, true. At least having to do the text manually keeps you entertained.
It keeps you on because you know you can't mess it up.
Exactly. Very nice from GrayFooxX. Ooh, not
Now let's
killing
see
the
how
pirate.
these pesky golden pirates will behave. Probably gonna do them one at a time. Summoning them both.
Oh, okay.
Not bad,
Cook.
actually.
Cook. Your boy is cooking.
Ratatouille. 2. Never mind. Okay, you know what? It worked 2 times out of 4. I'll take that.
True.
Using that diagonal charge beam to make sure that the plasma beam stays inside the hitbox for as long as possible, because that's how plasma calculates its damage.
Per frame. Very good fight from GrayFooxX.
Yeah, that was solid.
Ah. Having a
gets
bit of trouble with these.
Yeah, boy, go on.
Very nice.
Good fight indeed.
Hey, yeah, that was quite good. Now that Samus is basically back to full power, her job is to blow the station up and get out of there. It appears that the speed gaming chatbot is taking a nap. All right, so far a very clean Sector 1 exit from GrayFooxX. GrayFooxX opting to just space jump up the room instead of going for the coveted screw climb, which is deceivingly difficult.
It is a slightest, like, just slight misstep, and you just end up pressing the left direction usually a bit too early and breaking the platform that you wanted to land on.
Mm-hmm. Now on to what is by far the longest text in the game.
We can see GrayFooxX's input display in the top left corner of his screen, and I like what he does, just holding the A button for a majority of the text and then coming to an A-B mash to validate the text box towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good mix.
It works. Rage seems to be lost there, having to check the map to see where he's going.
Gotta make sure he doesn't go all the way to Sector 6 when the emergency is in Sector 3.
No, of course.
Superhero time. We gotta go to the control panel of the station and make sure it crashes down on SR388.
With the objective of destroying the X parasites, both in the station and on the planet. Well, chat. That is true. Something just came in the mail. We seem to have another emergency in Franker Z. all these dogs always having emergencies, man. They can't ever catch a break.
We truly don't deserve dogs, man.
That's actually just true. Dogs are literally angels.
Let's not overlook that upcoming SAX fight for GrayFooxX. A single ice beam deals 200 damage, so if you miss... Oh, very unfortunate for ronaldrage. Just falling that to the subpixel thing. GrayFooxX has to stay focused for this one.
Very true.
So this is how he plays it. He just waits for SX to come to him and then plays the contact strategy. Much slower, but a lot more beginner friendly.
And it also gets the job done, so... Ooh. Phase 2 is a little rough, but makes work of it.
That's one.
I think that was indeed one.
That's two.
Oh,
come on.
Not quite,
Wait.
man.
It's okay. It's not the perfect dish, but he still cooked something good.
True.
And on his way out is the Frenchman. Could we be looking at a potential personal best for GrayFooxX? 1:17:05 is the personal best.
A clean escape might seal the deal.
Let's see. Pressure is on now. He would know.
Oh, absolutely.
And he will have flashbacks about that missed Shine Spark at the end. He doesn't want to repeat that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, the timer seems to be getting closer to that 16 minutes mark, and the last room takes about a minute, doesn't it?
The last room, I believe it's 55 or 50 seconds. I'm not sure.
This might be just out of his grip, but let's see.
Man. Let's see.
It's not a low height, but it's a spark.
It is indeed a spark.
58
maybe?
seconds entering the room. This is not going to be a 1:16.
No.
But can he steal from the clutches of Fusion an elusive personal best? One that he might be able to submit to the leaderboards.
If he doesn't prioritize the rat again.
It all rests on that fight.
Alright, let's see.
Gets the
Perfect.
spot and the upward smash.
That's what we needed. Not quite a 1:16. It might be a 1:17 flat.
And you're bang on the money. It was just about that as the beam came onto GrayFooxX. GG, 1:17:01. It is a personal best.
Nice.
Race
Very
personal
nice.
best.
Love to see people getting PBs in a tournament setting.
Congratulations, and GrayFooxX is your winner today, and he will be moving on into Losers Bracket Round 3.
Yo, GrayFooxX, GG, man.
Yo, thanks.
GG, GrayFooxX. Congratulations on the PB.
It's a PB, yes.
Make sure to show the BIOS and emulator version.
No, you're right.
Your
Come
rat is
on.
more important.
Your rat gotta be shown.
Hell yeah. All right. That's a yo Rage GG. Sorry for the death.
GG Rage, we cannot hear you for now if you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm good. Sorry about that. What's up?
There you are. GG's, man.
Sorry about what happened in Sector 6.
Yeah, so I'll explain what my thought process was there. So like I was already like plus like a minute or whatever, and so I was like, you know what, let's just go for some like bull strats to show off, like
Yeah.
that even if they mess them up, it'll lose to me like 3 seconds or whatever. And so that's why I went for it, because I assumed it would be safe, because even when I mess up that strat, I still have 79 HP and I can take a mid-U hit and I'm fine. But I guess I like got hit and then like in the air I got hit again or something. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it.
I think the one at the very top right didn't get killed by the diagonal shot that you fired, so this is where the second hit came from, I believe.
Yeah, dang. But I mean, now I know that can happen, I guess.
True. Now, GrayFox, it has to feel good in a way to get a PB after what happened in the Saris fight.
J'ai rien compris.
Yeah, I can do the translation for this one.
Thank you.
Ça doit être sympa d'avoir quand même réussi à arracher un PB malgré le combat sur Ceris qui était assez capricieux.
It's comment dire, it's my first time I have 10 half in a row or higher. And for the PV, I don't believe. I have in Yakuza plus 31 seconds.
Oh yeah, true. You got 0 beams and 1 cycle. I actually called
True.
it on stream. It was like
Mhm.
0, 1, and it just came out.
How about
Very
my
true.
first Idor though? That was fire.
But my Netori perfect for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got both
The
doubles.
Notor-
Same thing for Nightmare. You got triple double
Mhm.
there.
Your Notori and Nightmare fights were very good. Like, very good.
Yeah, I don't miss the double in Nightmare and Netori. It's good.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let me have a quick look at the tournament bracket. Now, of course, with this being a losers bracket matchup, it does mean that Rage is now officially knocked out of the tournament, with GrayFox advancing to round 3 of the losers bracket, where he will be facing Schmade.
Oh no!
I can't.
After Thunder, after Rage, it's now Schmade.
Indeed, it's been a bit of an uphill battle for you. Always having to
J'ai
come
pas
up.
compris.
Ça a été vraiment de plus en plus la galère pour toi.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm. Always having to go up against very good runners. Oh, however, pulling the upset in this one, which is always great to see. Right. Would any of our runners like to make any additional comments?
Just wanted to say thanks for the commentary and everybody behind the scenes for helping out with the tournament. Even though I'm no longer in here, it is very appreciated, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming races. They should be very fun, very interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. GrayFox?
Same.
Okay. All right, Des, would you like to make any more comments?
Well, it was a pleasure to have this race to cast tonight.
Mhm.
Lots of fun, lots of good stuff to be seen.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thanks for doing that together. That was a lot of fun, and
Yeah,
we hope
that was-
that you also enjoyed that on Speed Gaming.
Mm-hmm. If any of you would like to support Speed Gaming in any way, shape, or form, feel free to do so. Speed Gaming has an incredible team behind the scenes, allowing for all of this to be possible. I would like to thank Dez for co-commentating with me tonight. I would like to say GGs to both our runners, and that's everything on my part. Be sure to
I do
stay
have one
tuned
thing.
for. Go on.
I have one thing. GrayFooxX, show your firmwares.
Yes,
don't
he
forget
did it.
I don't forget it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all. Sorry about that.
And the BizHawk
Okay.
version. BizHawk version
Yes.
Yeah, Bizog version and
Mhm.
firmware. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
forget now.
too. You
Good,
still need
good, good,
116
good.
now. Now you need 116 and 48 in game time.
True. Very true. All right. Be sure to stay tuned for a lot of races still to come in this tournament, and that'll be everything from me.
See you next mission, everyone.
Yeah. See you next
GGs,
mission,
yeah.
guys.